Hey everyone. I would have done this earlier in the evening and had given the early month, but been a mixture of acid reflux getting ready for the Kapal trip, but still, here is a game review log for this month. I'm been so busy trying to work on other projects, and next I won't be able to do them weekly like I usually tend to do. So I'm also going to mainly be focused on things I'm playing. And as for some of the news items, only a couple of those, especially regarding like the recent kerfuffles with Sony and Microsoft, have been so much juicy going on in my mix of videos for them. So let's get started. Let's start with the most recent drops for Game Boy Online, Nintendo Switch. I made sure to play them all as they released this month to celebrate the Game Boy's 35th anniversary and Nintendo's subsequent cornering of that market for this long, which all include titles in the states that launched with the system. Super Mario Land, which is a thumbnail I actually this close to finally beating. Baseball, pretty decent sports title. And Alleyway, basically like their version of the classic arcade Breakout. And if you have access to Japanese, feel like I do, who is an RPG that translates to the frog for whom the bell tolls. Not sure what the Hemingway novel has to do with this game, but it is nice to see where that spirit I often play with in Smash Ultimate comes from. So, I'll be circling back to the Switch Edge for what else I'm playing outside this feed, but for a moment, let's switch to the PlayStation and see what been playing there. I have temporarily gone down back to the essential tier of PlayStation Plus. I might go back to the premium tier in a bit after Legacy Games this month go live. After I come back from out of town, maybe, maybe there'll be a deal pro rate on my subscription, but that's important right now. Is important is I'm gonna give my brief thoughts on this month's games. Like Tunic is probably the most interesting of the offerings. It's a very unique game in terms of titles taking inspiration from Zelda, and it's very much in the same style as the older installments, right down to how cryptic some of the puzzles can be. But also makes the whole moment of solving them much more satisfying. Sort of a eureka moment, if you will. Oh, plus I'll admit the title character, the fox that's the hero of the game, is absolutely adorable for how small he is. Destiny 2 Lightfall is the expansion that I'm being given for this month, which makes sense given how the final shape is coming. They obviously want to get a lot of people caught up for that. And even though I still think the story, now I'm on a second playthrough of this expansion, is a bunch of gobbledygook, like a lot of people in the fan base do, I will say the gameplay is quite solid. That Bungie still knows a thing or two about how to design instant shooter. Having worked on everything from the Halo trilogy to Marathon, I'm still keeping an eye on the reboot of the game. And I also like all the designs of weapons and gear, at least. This whole Norse mythology meets 80s cyberpunk film aesthetic towards it. It's definitely a pretty crazy, and definitely liking how I'm able to deck out my Guardian as well, and incidentally claiming this one actually helped actually get something I had trouble with the last expansion, the Witch Queen, which is still a better expansion to story, admit, and just hopefully that we'll pull off the final shape and end a narrative that's been going on for a little over 10 years now, which is something that doesn't happen very often, especially in this section. Like let's just say for every No Man's Sky or Cyberpunk that's actually able to turn things around, and there's a scads of titles like Anthem, Babylon's Fallen, Marvel's Avengers, which end up getting cast in the ether. All I say is, don't be surprised if this Suicide Squad game ends up being the next title that ends support prematurely, is all I'm saying. The last title that I'm talking about, only very briefly before I go back to what I'm playing on the Switch mainly, is EA Football Club 2024, and unfortunately, due to a problem with their servers, as I'm logging it again, I could not get into it. And I don't mean in the sense of their brand of footy not being my cup of tea. No, I literally could not get into it, which is something that's been a recurring problem, with them for a while now. I mean, regardless of whether or not I actually like the game, but based on what I played in last year's installments, functioning not that different from their work on FIFA, all that's missing is the official licensing. And with that in mind, I was probably hopes since FIFA chose not to renew their contract, as with their exclusivity, hopefully the NFL is next, given the middling quality of more recent Madden games. Yeah. Back to the Switch. I have really been enjoying my OLED. I don't know if it's going to be taken with me, and it's the main reason why I managed to finally stop biting my nails. Definitely a better thing to do with my hands, and better way to alleviate stress as well. Since I have been getting much deeper into Tears of the Kingdom, which I still think is an excellent game. 1 year later, I finally unlocked the auto build function, and which is the last of the Ultra Hand powers I was after her, and for Splatoon 3, I'm practicing for the Apocalyptic Splatfest. I suppose I'm on team whatever. I usually go with whatever team I'm personally interested in, regardless of which member of Deep Cut's representing them. And even though a lot of us have these, I mean, the other two like being the bucket list and saving everybody would be cool ideas. Realistically, I think my scenario would be like what Natasha said in Iron Man 2. I do whatever I want to do with whoever I want to do it with. And the Sizzle season and starts June 1st with a whole range of new returning stages, weapons, and gear here. Looking forward to playing with them. And the last PlayStation thing I'll mention is that I'm still playing in the Battlefront Classic Collection, even though I platinumed it. I will state for the record that the Emotional Commander trophy is the one I'm most proud of in terms of platinums I have so far. I mean, given how much time I logged into the physical versions of the original release of these games, I'd definitely be logging in many more. And I'll start wrapping this up. As I continue work on my full review of Hinge Area Zero, I would like to point out that yet more Pokemon games have now joined the 15 million sold worldwide club, thanks to some financial data published by Nintendo officially and has been shared online. That Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus have now all sold 15 million plus copies worldwide each. They're factoring in all versions, physical, digital, and bundled. And in fact, it actually turns out that this system has actually surpassed the Game Boy's most successful whole platform for the franchise. So any National Dex fanboys can feel free to eat it. I mean, of course, I'm planning something else for that as well. And that'll be all for now. And I will see you all again very soon. Take care, everyone.